Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ryal Thomas. Tonight's topic is titled, The Benefits of Love. But before I actually get started with this particular title, I want to thank you all for all the correspondence that I've been receiving through mail, telephone. It's been great. I really look forward to reading the letters. I really look forward to the phone calls. And sometimes I'm not able to get back to everyone, but there are just a lot of calls coming in. But I do hear what you were saying, and I just want to say thank all of you all for the blessings, for all of the positive messages that I've actually been receiving. So without any further ado, I want to get on with this show. And again, it's titled, The Benefits of Love. And first and foremost, I want to start off by saying that we must remember that love is the foundation of creation. Without that being present, there is no love. Nothing can come about without feeling the desire to create something. And normally you don't create things out of hate when you're dealing with the feeling of love, because there are so many definitions that one may try to define love. But when you're looking at true love, in my own opinion, it's a feeling that it's shared. If we're talking about a couple, that's actually shared by two individuals. And when you have that much love in your heart for one another, it's nothing that you cannot accomplish. Nothing that you cannot accomplish. Even leaving the house, leaving your home, you'd be surprised what leaving the house when you're leaving and love is present. You know, a kiss goodbye, a nice breakfast, talking about the day that you're looking forward to, talking about the day in the evening when you get home. All of these feelings, all of these conversations bring about success. Success in you doing what you want to do when it comes to love. Because love has a way of motivating you, of stimulating you. That's what love does. There are so many avenues, so many definitions, so many ways to show love. And it doesn't necessarily make a difference when it comes to how you show love to a certain degree, as long as care is put in there. And if you're looking at material things, you know, material things doesn't necessarily mean that a lot of love is in the air. You may be in a position to give someone some things. You may be in a position just to shower them with gifts. That doesn't necessarily represent that love is in your heart. You take a man of wealth or a person of wealth, and you take someone that may not have the financial means to give his or her partner all that they feel that is needed. But if love is in the heart, what would you rather have? Someone loving you or someone showering you with gifts? These are questions that we must ask ourselves, because how was the world created? Do we ever think about that? Do we ever think about what was in the beginning? What was it that made the Creator want to create something that he or she could see, he or she could feel? It had to be a feeling. It had to be a feeling that from the beginning, a feeling that some of us have lost. You're dealing with children. Children in the beginning, they have such an innocence about themselves. They show unconditional love. Unconditional love to the point where hate or things of such hasn't even entered their mind. It hasn't even entered their spirit. Because in the beginning, it's love. It's a feeling of care. It's a feeling of wanting to be loved. Now, I'm going to say some things. I'm kind of like rambling, I feel, a little bit. I want to say some things to kind of like bring this conversation around. A lot of people take interest in their animals, and they love their animals. Unconditional love. And I believe the reason is because there is a feeling being projected into an animal. The animal has no opinion. It has no conflict with what you may be showing it. You are projecting a feeling into this animal, and this animal is giving you back what you are giving it. Unlike a person has an opinion. A person may say some things that you may not agree with. A person may do some things that you may not agree with. But the love of an innocent child, of an innocent puppy, an innocent dog, I can't explain it. I can't explain the loyalty that an animal shares with its owner. And if we could color love, I don't even know what color it would be. I guess we would just take all the colors in the world and just mix them up. And whatever color that becomes, I guess that would be the color of love. I just want to say a few things again about the benefits of love. Do you know just a touch, just a smile, just a conversation with someone, knowing that love is present? Do you have any idea how far that moves that individual? When you're sitting around, maybe saying some things that are not in the best interest to someone that may be going through some hardships in life, that doesn't move that person. Not at all. Love has to be present if you're trying to move something or someone. When you're going for a job interview, when you're spending time around family and friends, it's best to display love, because people remember love. You know, when you meet someone and you may leave saying, oh, that was a beautiful person, or that person had a nice heart. You know, next thing you know, something comes up, they invite you again to a social gathering. The benefits of love. Love means so much when you're trying to continue your life, when you're trying to take your life to the next level. Any other thing other than love is very questionable. You have to understand and believe that love conquers all. You can discipline a child and just reach for the child. Even after disciplining the child, you can hold your arms open and the child will come running to your arms. Because in the embracement, there's a feeling of love. And I'm trying to show you all the importance of that. You take your grandparents, someone who has gone through trials and tribulations all through their life, someone who knows all about the ups and downs, someone who has been hurt, someone who has felt pain like maybe you haven't felt before. They understand that. They've gone through this. They've walked that path. So when a grandmother or someone of wisdom, someone of knowledge, someone of age sit down and talk to you, they're not talking to you out of hate. You may think they're in your business. You may think they're speaking on something that they shouldn't even be speaking on. But they're talking to you out of love. Maybe they've felt the pain that you're presently feeling. Maybe they know the right things to say. Maybe they understand how important that touch is. Maybe they understand how important that hug is. You have to understand the benefits of love. You know, you can actually show someone, that you may dislike them or you may dislike a situation. Where's the benefit? What comes from that? What good comes out of a bad feeling? Nothing but another bad feeling. And good will always win over bad. You just have to put enough good in your heart. You have to put enough good in your actions. You have to put enough good all around you, even when it comes to your friends, even when it comes to your coworkers. Where there's enough good around you, you can't help but do good. There is no room for bad to come in. There's no room for hate to come in. It tries to come in. It tries. I'll be the first to say that. But when you're looking at the benefits of love, what do you choose? Heaven over hell. That's the foundation of the creation of life. And some of these feelings and some of these actions that you may be presently seeing, those are feelings and actions that have been built up over a period of years, over a period of having negative exposure. And with enough negative exposure, you forget about love. You forget about you. You forget about who you used to be, where you used to be. And if enough hate comes around you, you start to look at that as being a reality of your life. Not even moving things off your plate that you need to move off in order to see the glow that's still in your heart. Because sometimes we can trick ourselves and believe the reality of showing hate to individuals is the reality of what it is. And it's not the foundation of what you were created for. You were created to show love. You were created to help one another. So when you see and when you think and feel that everything is wrong around you, that's the time to change. That's the time to really reevaluate yourself. Evaluate where you've been, but more so look at where you're going. And you cannot take hate on a journey of love. You cannot take that. That will disrupt the whole process, because then you will run into something or someone that shares an opinion that maybe you felt years ago, and they will reignite it. You don't want to reignite things that will reignite a feeling that brings about something that you don't want to revisit. So that's why it's best to always be around and associate and affiliate yourself with individuals that know the meaning of love. Individuals that know the meaning of love. Love is a very, very powerful, powerful feeling. Anytime the world, anytime life was created from love, it must be a power that has been lost, or a power that can do so much. How can you tell a child or preach to anyone about hate and say that you love an individual or that you love that child, to plant the seed of hate in anyone, into any spirit? What good does it do you? What good does it do society? What good does it do the next person that you want to share love with? You cannot raise your child and tell him or her certain things that displays hate and expect for them to go out in the world and love. And you wonder why maybe your child is moving in the wrong direction, or maybe hanging around the wrong people, or saying some of the wrong things. You have to make them understand, show them love at all times. At all times. Because love will win. It's just a matter of time. You just keep being persistent, regardless of what that friend has done, regardless of what your coworkers have said, regardless of how your boss have treated you. In the end, they know that your heart is pure. They know that maybe they have made a mistake in saying something to you, or maybe treating you a certain way. And believe me, I say this with a smile on my face, and I may be, you can say some things, man, and you can do some things to individuals, and as time goes on, you realize what a fool you have been. You realize that that wasn't the right thing to say. That wasn't the right thing to do. Because see, as wisdom grows and as knowledge grows, you can't help but start to understand the importance of loving your fellow man. See, that takes time sometimes. Sometimes you have to settle down. You have to settle down with your thoughts. And when you settle down with your thoughts, you kind of realize that, hey, I've said some ugly things. I've done some ugly things. But it's never too late to reach out to someone and say these very powerful words. And the powerful words would be, I'm sorry for some of the things I have said, some of the things I have done. Because the closer you get to death, the closer you get to the end of your road, the internal you starts to deal with you. You start to rekindle and reignite some of these feelings, because the activity that you used to get involved with in a younger time, in an earlier time, I should say, kept your mind occupied. So you didn't have time to research your inner self. You were too busy occupied saying this, doing that, chasing this person, running after that person. But see, it comes a time in your life where you slow down. And when you slow down in movement and slow down in actions, your thought process picks up and starts to remind you of things that you used to say, that you used to do. That's why people are always talking about making amends to individuals. And if you notice, it comes from people of age, because guilt in your inner self starts to deal with you. And understand that these days, if you're blessed to live long enough, understand that these days are coming. You will then understand the benefits of love. But why go through it? Why go through all of this when you can realize now, at this present state of mind, that there are benefits in love? So why torment yourself? It's powerful. And if you are not feeling this or understanding this, just research yourself and just think about how you feel about someone you love. Think about your child or your grandkids, or think about how powerful that feeling is. And just think about if we were to share that with one another, how powerful the world can and could be. If we all understood that love is the foundation of creation, that we were to start to look at each other with a smile instead of finding fault in the first thing they do, the first thing they say. Getting on that train is hard to get off. That train will wind up somewhere that you've never even imagined. A display of hate and confusion will put you on a whole different track, not even to mention what it does to you mentally. I just wish that we all could reap the benefits of love. So leaving the house, leaving the friend, nothing wrong with a hug, nothing wrong with a kiss. You know, you may be going through some things right now, but let me tell you something. If you're in a relationship and you want your partner to do a little better, or just, your significant other, I should say, try just displaying love for just 1 week and watch his or her attitude. Watch how they come home. Watch how they leave the house. They leave the house with a smile. They come home with a smile. You may be talking about you want something new. You may find a new person in the person that you with, if a little love is displayed. See, love is powerful. And I get back to this thing with the animals. Animals don't give you an opinion about nothing. You're showing them, and they're giving you what you're showing them. Simple love, the innocence of a child, is showing you pure love. They say what they want when they want to say it. They embarrass you. They say all this. They do not know how to hold their tongue back, because they are a ball of joy, a ball of love. That's what the beginning is all about. And if you practice the beginning of something and carry it to the end, man, you've had a swell journey. You've had a beautiful ride in life. So these are the feelings that may be coming in on you. Do not let them attack you. but so much. Know that they are there, but know that you also have a powerful source. And that powerful source is love. Please don't forget that. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And at this time, I'd like to say if you have any questions or any concerns, please feel free to write me or give me a call to let me know what you think. And if there's anything that I can personally do to help you spread love, please give me a call. This has been Ryal Thomas. I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.